Now, over the past number of years, there's been a conversation about children and their development in the classroom and what things that they should be learning and what things they shouldn't be learning. And one of the many parts of that conversation is the LGBTQ community and the things that go on that community and whether that should be talked about in front of children. And I hold the controversial opinion that there's nothing wrong with going into the classroom one day and learning about the history of gays and lesbians and transgenders, etc., etc. You don't need to be going into no explicit detail. All you can do is say, hey, this is what gay means. Hey, here's a historical gay figure. Hey, let's learn about their impact on the gay community, and that could be the end of it. And you could keep it as PG as possible because there are some people who want to go above and beyond in that for no reason other than they just want to go above and beyond with that. And there have been controversies with certain books and certain images in those books that children shouldn't be having access to, and that has been a point of contention for several parents all across different states in the country because they have a problem with their children potentially learning about these things when they are not ready to understand it, because these are promoted as if they are children's books, like ages between 3 to maybe 10, when children aren't ready to learn about things like this.
I'm a longtime Penfield tax-paying resident. I attended Scribner Road School, I attended Cobbles Elementary School, Bay Trail Middle School, and I'm a 1982 graduate of Penfield High School. After starting my family, we moved back to Penfield so our children could attend Penfield schools. Now we have 2 grandchildren in the district too. Thank you for all of you who came out to support our concerns. I'm here to address the Penfield Central School District's breaking of the Code of Conduct in the dress code section by allowing students or students to dress like cats. There is a student or students that are dressing up like cats in school, and they are very distracting to some of the other students and are affecting their attention and ability to concentrate in a special ed class. In the first paragraph of the dress code section of the Code of Conduct, it clearly states that the dress code is designed to minimize reasons of conflict. The student or furry, or whatever they want to go by, is constantly purring, hissing, and flicking her tail at the student who is affected. This is not only a conflict, it is a major distraction to other students in the class as well. The second paragraph states that students are welcome to dress themselves in a way to express their gender identity. A cat is not a gender, it's an animal. Finally, it also states clothing must be suitable for all classroom activities. How are you going to run the 600, do tumbling, or play dodgeball in a gym with a towel and a mask on? I can't believe I'm even here having to say this. I feel like I'm gonna freaking cry, okay? I just can't believe this. It's unbelievable. There have been several meetings with the district and staff, even with the superintendent of schools, and nothing has been done to rectify the situation. In fact, the staff deny there's even students or a student or students that dress up as cats. Here's a picture of them, okay? This picture here was taken today in my grandson's class. It's a cat, or a woman.
Can you submit it for evidence, please?
Yeah, do I look it up?
Submit it to the clerk, please.
Actually, I have one. Here you go. Want that one?
Sure.
Okay, there's the picture. The staff and administration should stop trying to shut us down and start finding ways to bring back schooling in the way that it used to be. Let us get back to teaching the students the subjects that belong in the school, instead of promoting pornographic pictures and books at the elementary schools, allowing boys in the girls' rooms and girls in the boys' rooms, and promoting students to think that they are cats. None of these issues should be in school at all. This district is a complete disgrace to the whole community, especially to our students.
Yep.
Thank you for letting me share.
Well, there's new books and new conversations in this argument when a school board meeting was held and parents were not happy about the certain books and the imagery in those books because, okay, there are gay people that hold hands, there are gay people that kiss, and there's really nothing wrong with that. But you have a different conversation when you have people in BDSM outfits and somebody being naked walking in the street, and that's being promoted inside of a children's book. Of course, parents are going to have a fucking problem with that.
It's important to know that when Dr. Potter said that no one has objected, we have the policy in place, right? The procedures in place. That is not how you object. So if you cannot, again, follow by what we have asked you to do, we will ask for you all to, we will ask those people who cannot do that to be removed. We are here at our board meeting, right, conducting our business. You guys
It's our board meeting.
She said it. She said the truth.
Go into a
Said the
recess
truth.
and have a motion. Thank you.
So the school board is just leaving? They're just leaving?
Everybody objects to it. They all need to get that email out tonight.
They just leave? How do you just leave a school board meeting with a packed room, standing room only back there?
Now, it's been discussed in interviews either since or before that the way to go about removing these things is to address the certain point, they vote on it, and then in a specific district, or at least a specific school, I believe, I may have one of these confused, that piece of material gets removed.
The board was explaining how those objecting to material like this goes forward. In short, there's a rather lengthy process.
So the regulation helps us with acting out, following through. It's the how of the policy.
Dr. Tasha Potter says it's her job as superintendent to designate a review committee. The committee members then submit a report with any evidence they find. Then, if they find something,
The challenged material will only be removed from the specific district library, media center, or school building where the objection was filed.
unless the committee recommends otherwise. What happens next remains to be seen. The board telling 13 WHAM an official complaint has yet to be filed.
And you might think to yourself, okay, that seems good, but these school board districts take a long time to actually come to a decision about these things. And you'd be right. And hopefully it reaches a civil point to where people can address these things, they can address the problem with them, and they could end up solving this issue by removing the content, editing it so that they don't have this imagery, or just outright just getting rid of anything that could resemble imagery that is not befitting of a child to consume, because I do not care how many times people try to explain this. I don't care if you have the most pristine professional who has a PhD in everything regarding the development, the mind, psychiatry, all of it. I can never get behind a child learning about anything graphic at a young age. I just can't. That's just me. I can't speak for no one else on the planet. I'm only speaking for me. Because when you sit down and you try to explain to me that a child has it in their mind based on insert reason here that they know that they're trans, I'm going to be confused by you. I'm going to be confused at how you came to that conclusion, because the child just pissed the bed. And I don't know how that means that they're going to be the future of transgerism, but clearly one of us is confused, and I'm willing to bet it's not me. There's enough stupid shit that goes on that parents don't know about until it's too late that I never really understand why it becomes a problem to not inform parents of all these different things that children may or may not eventually learn about in the curriculum, to where I'm in support of all these bills that come out that people claim are anti-gay, but when you read them, they are letting parents know, hey, this is what we're going to be teaching your children, and if you're okay with that, fine. If you're not, we could pull them out and we could do something else to circumvent that and make sure that they don't fail the 5th, the 6th, the 1st, the 3rd, all these different grades. That's primarily how these things are viewed, but they get blown up into this weird proportion of, oh my God, you're discriminating against me. Oh my God, you're hating against my lineage. No, they're just trying to make sure their kids aren't seeing something a little bit too graphic. Do people go overboard sometimes? Oh yes, you are fucking correct, they do. But is that everybody? No. And are some parents concerned? Yes. And do they have a right to be concerned? Yes. Why do they have a right to be concerned? That's their fucking child. And when they want to discuss this with that child, they would want to wait until they're a little bit more developed, because, you know, the alternative is some ugly motherfucker saying that their child knows that they're trans when they just shit themselves all across the fucking wall. But let me know what you think. Do you think parents have a right to want to know about what goes on in their child's lives? Do you think children are ready, willing, and able to understand people wearing BDSM garb? Or are you someone who thinks none of this makes any sense and I'm confused and my faith in humanity is dying? And if it's the third option, you're just like me. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you all in the next one. Mwah. Goodbye.